rolling out there for the defense. Second win, though, there's a little bit more up in the air. They're on that offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see them maybe play a triple DPS or even a ghost of their own.
Well, second win still deciding. Tea Party on the defense first, 3-2-1. Second win, Frill still in the hog. I don't think he's going to stand it, and no, Brigida is out.
So we're seeing a Sombra Goat versus Sombra Goat scenario. Both squads could be looking for some key hacks, looking for these antis. The neutral fight going to be interesting to watch because a lot of this is going to be based off, can anyone find a hack or an anti? And already an anti is out of the Tea Party.
Freedom gets a hack on the far, to the back. Oh, sorry, gets a hack on the Frill in the back. No blood. Boundang on the other side. Both teams trying out poke. Ace of Spades though getting awfully low. Ace of Spades going to fall. Izar down as well, but this is a better trade. Second win to start things off. And look at Caden. Caden super charged up right now between the two Zaryas. Red locked down.
Oh, these nades are so beautiful.
And this is better for second win. And the trade outs eventually starting to favor them. Respawn's coming back in, and they just overpower Tea Party to start things out.
And already, I mean, it really came down to the nades. The nade value there was insane from Bird. He kept on finding consistently good nades on key targets. Second one able to focus them down. And with this following fight, when you look at the old charge, when you look at what's currently available, is that second one, they're looking to try to catch someone early. They're going to look to try to set it up. Probably use that rally very aggressively there. Bird, he needs to be sure to be split since Freedom does have that EMP advantage right now. Bird needs to be separated, make sure to get that nano out.
Early grab out from Caden. Second win looking to capitalize on the momentum moving forward. Madian super low and down. Second win getting the value they're looking for here. Not only that, but charging up EMP for the next fight is Shredlock. Nano fading towards the very end, but it did its job as far. It goes on a long stagger charge.
I think Tea Party's still okay with this fight. I like the early grab. I like the early grab setup. That's still perfectly fine, just winning the fight very early since they know they had EMP disadvantage. But for Tea Party, they were able to move both the grab and the rally, and now they can come back in here knowing that they can save beat only for EMP. They can use their grab aggressively as well.
Problem is they're going to be running into EMP Shatter, and beat is not necessarily enough to save you. EMP out for both sides. Shatter in from Ace of Spades, and Tea Party gets the better of the exchange. The Shatter didn't even have a chance to come down from Shredlock.
Very good engage there for Tea Party. Ace of Spades is 1 HP. Will stay alive, and want to hear about the crazy part about that? Tea Party saved the grab and both supportals. Only the EMP Shatter, along with the rally, utilized there so they get into the point. So Tea Party can be very, very happy moving forward.
This is where Tea Party should be able to drain a lot off the clock. However, Ace of Spades needs to live. Ace of Spades under very heavy pressure right now. Second win, not quite able to follow up what Desire had started. Madian coming back into the fight, keeping open the possibility of a fairly aggressive grab. Don't think Tea Party wants to go too far up for it, however. And the grab's on. They're going to go far up for it. They use it immediately. They look for Shredlock, but I think that's a bit of a mistake. Shredlock turns, drops the hammer, puts Amani onto the ground, forces out the barrier, and that's a very good exchange for second win.
Had to use that beat early, and there's gonna be the grab and the EMP available. It's like going Blood. He needs to be split here. He's gonna be able to get this nano to keep his team alive.
Graviton is in. The nano lets Ace of Spades swing away. Get second wind off from the other side. Earth Shatter into Ace of Spades. Madian moving forward, and that was a great nano.
Not only a great nano, but a huge nade from Blood. Catches 3 with the nade, denies the healing, forces that early beat from Halo. And then Ace of Spades just takes that space that they get and just drops the Shatter, wins it. Very good counter engage for Tea Party now. They will have EMP, they will have Rally. However, second, we're going to have those ults themselves. It's going to be all about whose value with the EMP is a lot better. Who can find more value here? Because with Bird also having that nano up, he can save one target. He can just keep someone alive here, set up a lot of damage. A lot going to be focused on the EMPs.
Desire, EMP up here for second win. This fight crucial with 2 minutes left. If they lose this one, they might not get another good attempt to the degree that they have now.
Look how a split Tea Party is playing here, just denying all of this presence.
Izar just goes for it. Sells for the 2-man EMP, far out of the fight immediately. That's gonna have to be good enough as a starter. 6 on 5, but they lose Caden. Still winnable here for Tea Party. Ace of Spades though slept. Ace of Spades in real danger, gonna fall. It's second win. They've done enough to be point B for second win, on their way to point C. And this is still enough time to get through King's Row and feel good about a set of extra rounds.
That's just good focus fire. That's just good focus fire coming out from second wind. They found the value they needed early. They were even able to catch far, so there wasn't a rally available. But Freedom, he dropped EMP in that fight and wasn't able to find much. Probably going to wish they had it now. They did buy a little bit of extra time off the clock. Tea Party going to look forward, set up this next engagement, probably just going to move that rally forward and take the fight since they know that Frill does not have a rally of his own.
Ace of Spades hacked already, down! An excellent hack from Ezire, the set the tone. The second wind moves in, 6 on 5, Amadian in danger, getting beamed on down, healed back up, but still stuck in the corner, getting hammered all the way.
Look at the Nano, they're going to keep him alive too with that Nano as well.
The Nano, so crucial. Tea Party able to turn the fight.
That was a great setup for second wind. Just a classic hack shatter there. But the peel was great from far. He keeps everyone alive. Blub just keeps Amadian in that fight, drops the Nano to ensure they stay in there. They definitely invest both the Nano and the Grav, but it's a fight win. It's a fight win. More time on the clock. The cart didn't move. Second one going to move in here now with the Grav, with the Shatter. It's a lot of this going to be based off, can Freedom get EMP off first? Can Antoine not get caught? Those are two very important aspects here.
Ezire stunned out of the EMP! There's no EMP at all!
That was so telegraphed. So telegraphed, CP.
And off the stun, second wind still trying to make it work. The Nano's used, and somehow second wind's back into the fight! They didn't need the EMP after all! They still had to invest quite a bit more than they would have liked. But Tea Party, getting fully wiped to this degree, gives second wind options to hold.
Antal's held on to the beat there, does not drop it in the grab. They are, well, they were antied. So really knowing that there's no EMP, no grab, they can just walk forward, they can just drop the beat. They can move forward extremely aggressively here.
Nade to the back line of Tea Party. Far and Ace of Spades pretty low, second wind backing up. They know this is their opportunity. A minute 20 left, they're not going to get a better chance than this. Shredlock moving forward. Shatter's ready, doesn't have to worry about Ace of Spades on the other side. Both teams biding time. And second wind, they're just going for quality over quantity here.
Tea Party's poke, though, is very strong right now. They're trying to stay alive. Blub, he needs the Nano. Then you're going to use both the portals, probably.
Both teams straight up beats. The Shatter from Shredlock does not connect. Tea Party up one, moving forward. Ace of Spades, Nano just swinging away. And space has been created. Second wind, get me down to their final fight. And they might be looking at best at an overtime finish here.
Tea Party need to grab first. They have no support ults. They know second wind has EMP. They need to grab first here. They need to catch them on the corner. This is last fight. They didn't catch him with that early grab, with a grab EMP even. They're in a pretty good position.
The search for freedom is on. Kaden beaming the walls, but not quite on target. Amadian, a sneaky flank Zarya. Looking to be the thing that seals the deal here. The Graviton in the back connects. Amadian already takes down one before the EMP comes out. Freedom, counter EMP, both teams ran out, but second wind gets so much more! The Nano and the Shredlock devastating as Bird leads the way. And second wind, they might do this with time. 8 seconds left, they do it with about 5 seconds left on the clock. What a devastating turn of events for Tea Party. Even if they weren't trying to win that fight, they could have delayed the 0. But that was the worst case scenario for them.
Tea Party, it just comes down to the grab. The grab was, they were able to set it up, but they didn't catch Bird. They didn't catch Bird. He's in the back, keeps all of his cooldowns up. He has the Nano to keep his team alive there. Not catching Bird, not being able to find him or deny him value early meant that the grab just was not able to get what you needed out of it. They could not get what they needed out of it. Bird had to be shut down, and he wasn't.
So now we swap sides, and it's going to be Tea Party on the attack. The one upside here is that even though they weren't able to drain the clock in full, they drained second wind to the point that if they finish in overtime, they still get an attack. So they at least hit one of the time benchmarks, even though they very likely could have hit both. But we'll see what the second wind defense has in store. And for now, it's looking a bit of 3-2-1.
Though I don't trust them. Don't trust Tea Party to necessarily stay on this comp. It would be interesting to see them roll out on the triple DPS with the Hack Fist, with the Doomfist and the Sombra. It's a good synergy between the two because their ability to set up combos to harass the front line.
I think no matter what, they should keep Far on the Hanzo just because, again, the most impressive individual performance we've seen in the series so far has been from Far on the Hanzo. I don't care if it's Far.
I think they are going to be playing triple DPS. Are they going to put Antal on the Batiste here? Surely it was just for the immortality, but it was. Okay, so they're going to put Antal now into the Mercy. So with this triple DPS setup there and Far going to the Far, a lot of pressure, a lot of spam here, and looking to set up any sort of dive here, set any sort of presence onto the backline if possible, with Freedom there, going to be roaming about.
And this is still a really troublesome composition to deal with. The Pharah naturally commands a lot of attention, but if you're looking at the Pharah, you're not looking at the Doomfist, and vice versa. Both heroes pretty needy in terms of how to deal with them. Pharah for now, just spamming from the top. Second wind getting pushed back, and they don't find someone quickly. They're just going to give it this point for free. However, they take down the Sombra on one end. And that does give them more room to work with.
The Sombra down, it's a lot of damage off the field. It's a lot of poke presence, especially without the hack. The Far does find Halo, but it's not the end of this fight yet by any means. Second wind, they still have their healers alive.
Second wind able to maintain control, but Freedom got to the back, dealt with the Brigitte, and this should be a clean take from Tea Party. The Far Doomfist approach, surprisingly effective.
It's just looking for spam, just constantly getting the spam, breaking the shield, and then trying to find a pick. Because Second Wind knows they have to rotate, knows they have to find something, because if they play slow, Tea Party's comp will eventually win because of all that extra damage that they have. Second Wind now going to make it a swap, going to the Orisa Hog, which is good against this triple DPS sort of setup, because you can set up the Hog combo, you can set up the sort of the combo there to get any sort of picks. You have DPS heroes down to control the flank. Second Wind making a very optimal swap here. It's also tough for Freedom to find the value he needs versus this.
Second Wind just trying to skirmish this out. They take down Freedom. See if Freedom stays on the Doomfist, Meteor Strike or no. I don't think the Doomfist is super ideal versus what Second Wind is running now. A little bit too hard for Doomfist to find great pickoffs, but for now, Freedom's staying on it.
The Nano Barrage is available, but something to note is that Lessard, you can just drop that EAP, cancel it entirely if they want to, but the Halt Hook combo finding so much value here. As Freedom's going to commit the Super Trigger, or not the Super Trigger, rather the Meteor Strike. It doesn't find anything, finds nothing at all.
I think Freedom is probably going to swap here if this doesn't work out. EMP used by Yzire early in the fight, Far out of it. And Second Wind still holding Freedom down.
They need to swap.
Yeah, the Doom is getting swapped. That's why they
everything is swapped. I mean, the Fire Mercy, they just used Barrage there. At the end of a fight that was done, they need to swap for Tea Party, either go Orisa Hog themselves or...
Wait.
They could go 3-3. They could realistically go 3-3 into this. Easily go 3-3, but they're going to go Orisa Hog. The triple tank even.
I was scared for what the Freedom was going to swap. Freedom is now swapped. Makes a lot more sense to go against what Second Wind is running here, particularly with the Hanzo in the field. Amabian, EMP charged up. Looking for what could be a good one.
Bird split.
Doesn't get the raw hack on the Shred block, but Shred, he's getting raw damage here, and the Dragon Eden Freedom smothers it. Hayden back the other way. Sombra, Second Wind not out of the fight in the least. Halo can Valkyrie if needed, but the poke war just being so heavily won by Second Wind, it's a pretty alt-light fight for them.
They didn't do Bird. I mean, the reality of the situation here again is that they're going to have an EMP. They need to focus down someone very quickly or have someone able to deal with Bird. But Bird is just sitting in the back. He had Nano. He was able to drop the nade and continue to heal. Bird playing some split there in this comp. It's tough for on this map. 1 second window set up, and you see when they're running this double healer setup with Bird is how does Tea Party deal with him? How does Tea Party deny Bird unless Freedom is the one to zone him or one of their snipers get the pick? Because he will constantly keep them alive in the EMP fights there, and now they don't even going to be running it anymore.
This will be a big EMP for Yzire. Drops in! 5-man EMP, Ace of Spades immediately down. That's just decisive. Nothing more to be said. Second Wind in full control. 2.5 minutes left for Tea Party, but that doesn't feel like a whole lot of time the way this is going.
Second Wind about to have 5 ults on the field again for this upcoming fight. As Freedom makes the swap onto Mei, and Amadian goes junk. So they're making full swaps here. So they're gonna. Oh, okay, no. Now they're just making a lot of swaps. They don't know what they're gonna play. Finally, they've just settled on it. With Freedom going Hog, Blub going Ana, and now getting Amadian onto the Hanzo. So a lot more shield presence available now for Tea Party. Gonna open up with a bongo, try to catch someone, and they do catch one.
They get the hook right after, and it's a pretty good one at that. Frill out of the fight. Frill still might be rezzed here. Possibilities there. We're gonna have the whole Hog coming in, and Caden getting a surprising amount from that. Deals with the Hog on the other side. And decent amount of time has been bought here for the defenders as Tea Party down to only a minute 40.
They can't break this chokehold. They have been completely incapable of breaking this chokehold. And right now, I don't know why they're not just playing 3-3 into this, ZP. I really think 3-3 would have been so good for them. It's not like there's a lot of distance to cover. They don't have to worry about the hook combos nearly as much in the 3-3 setup, but they're going to continually picked off. They're continually losing the frags here. They're playing slow, and Second Wind is in a good setup.
Well, just suffered another halt hook right there, and speaking of halt hooks, Fortify, gonna save Ace of Spades, and whoa, Shredlock! Shredlock went deep.
Finally, Tea Party getting some counter frags now with Freedom finding one, Amadi finding another. So they have broken the hold, but so much distance to cover for Second Wind. A lot of distance. They have to go through the rest of second. There's guaranteed to have at least one more fight, if not two, and Second Wind will have EMP.
It's not a great situation for Tea Party, to put it mildly, where their best case scenario is continual stagger here and misplays by Second Wind. Not the situation you want to be in, with basically one fight left for second.
Glub's going to need to play split here. Make sure he has the nano and the healing output available for when this EMP comes out. They need to know that Izar has EMP if they want to win this fight. Early supercharger.
Drop the supercharger, the dragon, to make a little bit more space to stop Second Wind from setting up the way they'd like to.
Oh, his supercharger was killed by the cart.
EMP up. Some are going to die immediately, but so is Ace of Spades. The shields are down. The dragon right down Broad Street, but that's a Nano Hanzo. Off to the side. Freedom knocking people away. They just want to try and take this on the objective alone. Second Wind. They already experienced the pain of a C9 earlier today, a minute or 1 meter away. The Frill coming back in. Nano Orisa diving on in. Shredlock gets slumped, but immediately woken up. The Blizzard freezing things out to a degree. Tea Party making more room, but Izar devastating the backline while this is going on. The one person not frozen, taking down two. And Second Wind gonna be holding off Tea Party here and now.
That's gonna be King's Row going the way of Second Wind, and definitely Tea Party just not making the right swaps. If they're gonna mirror, they have to get the picks. They were never getting the picks they needed at all. It took them so long, and they finally get the second. They finally get a position, and you know what really can't happen? Because it's something that can't happen, is Card can kill your supercharger. And I'm pretty sure that's what happened to Ace of Spades. He drops it. I didn't see anyone shoot it in the kill feed. I am pretty sure he lost the supercharger early to the cart, and that's a lot of presence down. Is it the deciding factor? No, but it's definitely not what they wanted there. Izar just being free. Yeah, unforced errors. You needed that early presence. But going back to the root of the issue, besides the hilariousness of losing Bongo to a cart, is rather they didn't win pick war. They were never getting trades, and they were playing Orisa Hog into Orisa Hog, and if you're going to be doing that, you must be getting better picks. You must be having better shield presence, and they never did. So it was just one of those situations where they just played themselves out of the win.
They got stuck in an eternal death spiral is what we were seeing there, and I fully agree. I think that cooler heads could have prevailed there and said, wait, we can just go goats. You still have the option here. We're not in 2-2-2 yet, so you can go goats versus triple DPS, particularly in King's Row. But sometimes teams get in their own heads, or maybe this is just what they were comfortable with. In any case, it clearly favored Second Wind. Now Second Wind up 2-1, one map away from putting Tea Party away. And Tea Party, again, a team that more threatening than their record would suggest, to be sure. A team with a lot of good individual mechanical skill. The problem that they have here is that Second Wind is also not lacking in mechanical skill even a little bit. And Second Wind, with the exception of Paris and just a deathly fear of Baptiste and getting onto the objective, Second Wind's been more coordinated overall.
We're just getting ready to get into our fourth map of the series. It will be Dorado. Dorado is our escort. And to where Second Wind can close it out, our Tea Party can equalize it, take it to the fifth map. However, when you've been seeing this matchup on King's Row, I really have to say it's looking favorable for Second Wind due to how flexible they are and how good they looked on Orisa Hog in particular there on that map. Tea Party gonna have to learn how to make some swaps they need if they're gonna run into any sort of barriers, into any sort of very much an unbreakable hold or a situation that's not favorable for them. Maybe learn to just take a swap. Value that H key.
And as we move into Dorado, which is going to be our final payload map here, I would say for Tea Party, I would still like to see them run far more on Hanzo, where I get that Farah has been, this is probably where they're going to put him on Farah, But still, Hanzo versus Hanzo is something that I feel like Tea Party has had the advantage in so far. And at this point, I'd at least like to see them try to begin with. I don't think they will, though. I think they're going to stick with the strategies that they've run. I think them running far on Hanzo was very specific to the maps they played it on. But we'll have to see as we move in here to Dorado what's going to be coming out. But definitely advantage the second wind all in all, I would say.
Second wind looking like on this defense, they are going to be running a very similar comp that we saw on King's Row. They're running the Orisa Hog with a double sniper. So going to play these high grounds, look for their halt combos, look for the pickoffs. Tea Party here on the offense might end up decide to mirror again. This is a scenario where you probably might have to mirror or play dive because there's no Brigitte, no Mei, so it's a lot easier to dive if they do want to set up that dive. But instead, looking like they'd rather just play triple DPS with Ace of Spades on the Orisa.
Frill immediately able to ruin the lifeline in the Farm Mercy combo. Takes down the Mercy early. Not the biggest pick off in the world, given that the spawn is right there, but certainly helpful to Sangatone here for second win. Now they move on out, they deal with Blub. I don't know if they want to fully contest the payload right now, but they're picking away at Tea Party. Tea Party tries to get going.
Frill going to find a body and off that halt there as well. And despite the res, Tea Party still going to be down members. Frill getting pressure here on the flank will survive. And already, Tea Party running into the wall here. They're going to need Far to make space. They're really going to rely a lot on Far here and Freedom getting to the backline, opening up this space if they're on triple DPS because they won't win Shield War. They're not getting hook halt combos. They need to make space.
I don't like the angles that Farah is coming in on as Farah versus Frill's Widow right now. I think this is a really difficult area to get decent progress on. The advantage is completely in favor of Frill, unless Frill, of course, gets pressured by Madian on the other side. And so far, Madian has had other things to worry about.
These are being so aggressive here on the flank with Shredlock, finding two. Finding more Frill, combining there. And Ezire and Frill being menaces. If Tea Party are going to play this triple DPS setup, they need to be getting a lot more. They don't necessarily be needing picks, but they need the space that Far can operate in. They need something.
It's pure double sniper domination right now. And what's happened is that Ezire is the main threat that Amadi is worried about. Ezire is closer up and is looking for the Widow at all times, but this is letting Frill play further back and just ruin Far's day and just completely devastate the Far Mercy anytime they come up over the top.
Tea Party have made the swap now. Tea Party put Flub onto the Hog, put Freedom onto the Diva, so they're going to be worrying a lot more now about getting into this point, denying Kaden and Shredlock some of that value, and hoping they're not going to get one shot now by the double snipers.
Dragon becoming directly into the payload, forcing a little bit of movement. A little bit of delay, but now the Dragon is gone. Meanwhile, Frill, for sight and reserve. Like we're going to be popped here in a moment. Blub down, hooked in off the halt. And the fall through from Kaden has been really, really good here so far. You get the res on the Madi, and Kaden just going to casually take a breather, walk back to the shield. And there's only a minute 20 left for Tea Party. Time's been going by very
By the time
quickly.
Tea Party have reset, it's going to be really a minute left on the clock. They will finally have a supercharger. They will have walls. But second wind, they have everything they need to deny this. They have a Faust. They have a Nano. There's so much for them to deny. Though Kaden is picked off pretty early.
Well, Kaden's finally down, and Kaden's been the anchor so far for second win. So Tea Party, then their most promising attack yet. Amadian desperately needs to find something here. Blub, getting counter pressure. It's a 6-on-4 right now. It's a very big edge to Tea Party.
They got it.
And the snipers, Frill and Ezire, are unable to connect on anything on this last push.
That is exactly what Tea Party needed there. Finally just taking an aggressive fight. The Bongo there being the difference maker. I mean, just walking forward with the Bongo, knowing you're going to win Shield War, knowing that if you get a hook, you can immediately finish it, which is exactly what happened there. Tea Party now breaking the first hold, deciding off the triple DPS, which I think was the right move, because it's tough to get the triple DPS set up there with the Orisa to get the space you need, especially if you're going to play that Pharah. So good swaps for Tea Party now. They made it on to second. They're going to continue to move forward. They have a bomb available.
This is an interesting Hanzo angle. Not one often taken, I might add.
Still just waiting. Looking for this setup now. More than likely, Tea Party could even Valk early set up that bomb now and look to engage. That's what they're going to do. Good, good halt. Very good halt there.
Sets up the bomb and Tea Party. Fast break opportunity. Even the pickoff was rezzed back up. So Tea Party's at full strength, second win. Gonna be giving up a lot of ground, and not what you want to do when you're running double snipers and you're trying to abuse sight lines. Now they're going to have to run the double sniper essentially into melee. It's a big advantage to Tea Party going into this. Tea Party going to run the Dragon directly down the middle. Kaden under very heavy pressure. Taking the back off, still in mech. Somehow, some way, but nope, gets demeched. Lessard, though, fighting back the other side. Bad time to be a diva. The halt combo coming in. And second win starting to fight their way back into a degree.
This tank setup, but Halo, the Valve is going to be Indian. Amadian finds another. It's done. It's done, I think. I think this should be finished, potentially.
Well, they get the points, so that much is done. And I don't think Lessard or I don't think Frill is going to stand the Widow. Final point. Widow, a lot less effective on point C. We should be seeing a swap, you would think.
That's another lack of point touch that's really going to haunt second win there again. I mean, it looks like the fight was over regardless, but definitely being able to not be able to stop that last cap percentage, not be able to get a little bit of extra time is going to be unfortunate for second win.
They're staying on the Widow here, which is interesting. It's usually fairly hard for Widow to get significant value here. Not that it hasn't happened, not that Widows haven't popped off, but Frill's job here is a lot harder than it was back on point A and point B.
Good disengage for Tea Party. Shredlock drops the supercharger. They win the fight, but they just move. They just walk away from it there. Now they're going to re-engage themselves with their own supercharger.
Bargain's one already, far onto Hanzo, something he's been really good at. Start time, Frill connects, gets two. Frill, despite tough situations, making the Widow work here so far on this point. But it helps if the other side is still running Widow as well.
I like this change for Antal onto Batiste, because in these setups where you're running a lot of Orisa Hog, Batiste, you build ult so quickly, and you get Amplification Matrix, which is great for immediately destroying shield. It's great for just winning this fight. You have Immortality Field as well for hook halt combos, or the Dragons. I really like the Batiste swap.
Speaking of swaps here, I think what Frill was waiting for was for Tea Party to swap as well. They were content to run Widow v Widow, but once they swap the Tracer, Frill goes over the Brigida. Dragon used very early here from Tea Party. They move on in. He's dropping the ult. But Amadian down in turn, the window. Not getting as much as Antal would like as far. Just really trying to make use of it. Nano Brigida, or Nano Diva in. Bomb up and over, and second win just gonna back out. Second win wounded, get a chance to heal up. They go back in, they're gonna drop the bomb for a little bit of space. And Tea Party, they lose Ace of Spades, and that should be it for this push.
They have no ults. They don't really have a lot of sustain here. Lessard is fully charged. Tea Party getting cleaned up here, so we're getting to last fight territory. The second win. We'll have Rally. We'll have Coalescence for the following fight. Tea Party down just going to make a full swap. Probably going to go Sombra Goats, or maybe even a full 3-3. It is. It's going to be a full 3-3. Putting this in on that. Oh no, okay, they will make this one. Freedom going to Sombra Goats. So is Sombra Goats.
I don't like the Sombra here with 43 seconds.
There's 40 seconds left. I agree. There's 40 seconds left here. They're running into a Coalescence, into a Rally.
You're not building FBMP here.
No, they're making swap again. Freedom goes Diva. So they make another swap.
They realized it. They went, wait, what's the time? Oh, right.
Still going to be a very tough fight for Tea Party, considering they have 0 ults. 0 ults versus already 2 the world for second win, and they have the ult add. Very, very tough fight for Tea Party. They're just going to have to hopefully live through and find one pick.
They need a miracle charge or someone on second win just to go way too far, somehow get displaced. But this is a near impossible ask right now for Tea Party. Second win's in a really good spot, and it's up to Tea Party to move on forward.
Putting out that last bit of time, knowing that they're only going to be able to finish an OT, hopefully to get closer to an ult. And Coalescence use the grab is out. Can they live through this grab? And the answer is no.
Yeah. Frill right there at the follow through. Shredlock dropped the Shatter. Not that the Shatter got much, but the Graviton alone, enough to seal the deal. Frill there in the follow through. The payload, Evie stopping right here before last, which is still a respectable attack here in Dorado. It's not impossible for Tea Party to defend this and force a map 5. Second win still gonna have to have a pretty good attack of their own.
However, looking at that first, I think that Tea Party, they're going to maybe suffer a bit. They might suffer a bit here on the first at least. If they pick out that wrong comp, it's been very clear that second wind's had a better grasp of the Orisa Hog matchup so far. Unless they put Antal on the Batiste, which I really do like. I've seen a lot of teams be doing it more. I've been hearing about running Batiste in a bunker setup to get the Amplification Matrix early, to have an Immortality Field for those ults that come out. I think Antal on the Batiste, he has a good grasp of it. It's definitely not a bad comp for Tea Party to be running. We'll just have to see if they're going to be deciding to run on the Orisa Hog. Again, it is very good for this first. a second wind. They have their win condition. They know. They just have to get a little bit farther. Don't even have to full cap, just a little bit farther than what Tea Party got it, and they will be winning this map, winning the series, and guaranteeing their spots in playoff.
Second win, though, they still need to fall through and get into point C. It would not be the first team to be held back despite momentum at the end of point B, so there is options here for Tea Party. However, I think the one thing that bodes pretty ill for Tea Party going in here is that in the battle of hit scans, Frill has been dominating Amadian. Even though Amadian's a very good player, overall Frill has been a much higher impact on the Widow, much higher impact when it's been Tracer v Tracer. So Amadian's going to need to have a much different performance on Widow in this mirror, I think, for Tea Party to be able to bring this back.
See Tea Party playing this high ground right now. Amadian looking for the picks. Freedom going to be harassing the backline, looking to build up that EMP quickly. Second window running this Pharaoh Widow setup means the Tea Party going to have to play kind of afraid. They can't hard focus Kaden because then that's going to give Frill too much space.
With the rooftop war going on between the Pharas. Kaden being a little bit aggressive moving forward. Phar using the terrain cover well, and Ezire, the hook finds Freedom. Or on the same note, Phar able to take down Kaden. However, that should be a resable position.
No,
Phar trying to chase it down. He's trying to chase it down.
Yeah, he's trying to deny it. He's making sure that the res is denied. He's making sure that at the very least he's going to stop that. Though Bird is getting a lot of presence on him. And Bird hits asleep!
Goodbye, good night!
Oh, Bird doing so much. He's about to have Nano. Hits the ante as well. Bird!
That is such a swing in from Bird. The reason why he was on Atlanta last season. And that's just a fight carried by Ana. Signed, sealed, and delivered.
That's going to be first. Tea Party will not be up in time to contest. Very quick first in comparison to what Tea Party's offense was. They can set up now, Frill. Tea Party will have EMP this upcoming fight, getting close to Supercharger, so some ult's going to be available for them. Just going to have to see.
Second wind, well on pace to finishing out the map, making Dorado and the series theirs. Tea Party. They need a momentous comeback, and that's how you do it! Amadian with the pickoff. However, it should be resable. It's not as impactful as you might think. And that's why, towards the DJ Colin, another one. At least that's what Amadian's looking for. Over the top, not quite gonna get it. Instead, under pressure, Kaden pressuring the other way. Well, while this is going on, Tea Party, the front line, they'll do a little more. They deal with Frill and Shredlock. Freedom pressuring. And this was off EMP pressure and already close to another.
Second win, they're still here on the cart. They're sustaining despite the EMP, despite the Supercharger use. They still stay into this fight. They've managed to survive. They get the counter picks. Tea Party just not having the presence to stay in there. As Freedom now going to swap off of the Sombra. No EMP on the field, so might as well go for the hog pick. Try to mirror this a bit. Look for their halt hooks of their own. Solve Tea Party. They're afraid to enter. They're afraid of that infosec from Frill.
Amadian under heavy pressure here. Needs to go take another shot. Hanzo is down, so it really is up to Amadian right now to get one pick to even the tide. Otherwise, second win. Just going the bully here on the payload to be a bullying Frill. Chases his opposing number. Might not have seen the hook shot. Now he knows what's up. Amadian knows super low, nowhere to go. Running for his life. Taken on down, though, in the very end. And now Frill, the sightline is his. Up over the top, looking for the Ana. Finishing off the last little bit. And second wind. Almost 5 minutes for point C.
It's going to have to be a miracle hold for Tea Party. As Tea Party know, now that we're on point C, you know what this means? It's GOAT's time. It's time to get ready. Hop on out here because the point, it's not that wide open. Not a lot of angles. You can definitely take the fight to cart. As Tea Party are going to look to set up this engage, drop the Nano probably onto Ace of Spades.
See the Nano out here early from Blub. But second win, dealing with it, using Valkyrie. Ezire, though, bionated, and falls! Ezire unable to get healed up. Too big of a window. Fall down. Tea Party off the Nano engage. Getting a little bit more done. Second win, though, still trying to fight tooth and nail. Shredlock actually bringing this back.
This bongo.
The Supercharger.
This bongo
really impactful.
So it's doing so much right now. Ace of Spades is going to go down. Tea Party, they're going to have to die now on point. They are contesting the cart still, and they're building some time. They're getting enough time for Tea Party to definitely stay in this fight. Amadian will have the EMP here as well.
Second win staying in it. That hook on D.Va's big. The pick from Frill even bigger. Second win moving forward. Frill leading the way.
It's a Maudie and Ace of Spades show. If there's the only two possible that are going to be able to even touch the cart, they need to focus one person. If they can just get Halo or Bird, one of them with this engage, they can get this. They can get the primal.
Maudie,
it's gone.
Gone mid EMP. The EMP does not connect. The light's not turned out. And Frill with the great sightline here, looking for Lucio. Booped up and over. Heavy pressure on both him and Bird alike. But the numbers advantage heavily in Second Wind's favor. They only have a little bit to go. Ace of Spades delaying with the primal. Trying to buy time for respawns. That might have been done here to a degree. Second Wind, they're not through yet, but they still have 3 minutes and 1 fight to go. Ezar at the hook gets freedom. And Second Wind, 6 on 5. The pressure is still on.
Guardian, they're still staying alive. They're still in this fight with the bomb. It's going to zone. The supercharger is out. They don't have coalescence, and that's it. Second Wind have won it. The slow fight going in their favor. They just could not get anything they needed. Amadi and not getting dying before you get the EMP out, which is huge, and huge picks from Frill then as well. Frill continuing to be sort of a flex legend.
Well, we talked about the beforehand, and Amadian has had very good performances in all the series prior to this. Frill, though, had his number. Frill was just playing a better Widow, and yeah, there's other factors in terms of harassment otherwise was going in. I think it was a pretty rough round for Freedom overall, where Freedom not only wasn't getting a whole lot of Widow pressure, but was also getting kind of dominated by Ezar on the Hog to a degree, but all in all, mechanical skill, bringing Second Wind through and letting them set what is going to be a very quick time on Dorado if it had to go all the way to the end.
Oh, but it didn't have to go all the way to the end. They just had to get a little bit further than what Tea Party got, so they do close out the series 3-1. At Tea Party, they had some good moments, but Second Wind overall, I mean, they just look stronger as a squad. They look far stronger as a squad. They were winning the mechanical duels a lot of times, the individual duels just on a pure mechanics level on top of having some better overall combos, especially with the hook halt. So Tea Party just falling back, just not getting what they needed out of it. And they're not out of playoffs by any means. They're still looking pretty solid because, I mean, their competition to take their spot is Revival and Wave Check. And I think Wave Check is entirely limited, so it's really just if Revival just has miraculous comeback, but they're more than likely locked in still for the 6th spot.
Yeah, and I mean, realistically speaking, it's just about how can you polish your play here and now prior to playoffs beginning, where again, playoffs, something to look forward to. It is going to be a change of pace, 2-2-2 all the way. So if you're nostalgic for the last bit of 2-2-2 or pre-2-2-2 era, keep on watching. That 2 more matches left today. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, they'll be heading right at you.